Welcome into AZ Ice out here in Gilbert, Arizona, where we get set for the second game of the Cactus Cup 2026 tournament. The Mission will take on the Rose City Pats this morning. Mission drew their game yesterday in a score of 3-3. But a parade of penalties, really the tale of that game between Mission and Castleview. Mission able to basically escape without too many ramifications. No suspension for Coach Scott Farber on the bench today. Did lose the services of Maddox Hoover through injury. They'll be short one player this afternoon. Rose City Pass yesterday, I believe, played against the Bobcats. Bring up the scores from yesterday's opening round games for you. The Northern Colorado Stars won their game against New Trier High School 3-2. Missoula Bruins dropped their contest to Glenbrook North Varsity by a score of 4-1. Cloverdale beat West Dundee 1-0. And the Timberwolves beat the Bobcats this morning by a score of 5-0. If we look at yesterday's games, it was the Northern Colorado Stars 5, Glenbrook North Varsity 4, Missoula 4, New Trier 8, Cloverdale 5, Timberwolves 0, West Dundee 4, Bobcats 1. The Junior Sun Devils, the AA team that we've seen on this channel several times, ran out 5-1 victors over the Rose City Pass yesterday afternoon. Again, the Castleview Sabercats and Mission drew to a 3-all tie. Rose City will be without the services of one player due to a suspension from that game against the Junior Sun Devils. Caden Thompson starting in net yesterday. We expect Oliver McNeil to be the starting goaltender for the game this morning. One more game coming up tonight, late game. It'll be back here in Gilbert. Mission will close out tonight against the Cloverdale Colts at 8:40 here in Gilbert. So Mission set to get underway. Cloverdale making their way over to their bench for final instruction. It is McNeil in net. Looks like we will have Cordova, Steele, Roth, Melissa, and Jake Johnson as the starting five on the ice. Long view of the rink today. We'll do our best to keep up with all the action and bring it to you. Steele into the face-off circle. And we are underway. Johnson able to clear the zone out to Steele. We get a whistle and a stoppage. A warning to the bench for possible misconduct for cheering on after a hit. So, looks like it'll be a tightly officiated game. Yesterday's game, again, quite a lot of penalties on both Mission and Castleview. So we'll see if we get a repeat of that here today. Puck down in the offensive end for Mission. Steele able to play it along the boards and keep it in. Rose City in black, making their way out of the zone. Played out to Melissa. Melissa able to get it to Steele. Steele up the bench side boards. Goes back behind the net. Looking to find a lane. Holds onto it. Drops it back down. Cordova's shot saved. Puck still pinned in as Melissa picks it up. Plays it along the boards. Now Cordova out front, and that pass intercepted. Melissa lurking on the doorstep. Johnson dumps the puck in. Rose City controls as Mission makes the line change. Luke Johnson with a steal at center ice, then given back to the Pats. Shot flares wide. Puck played out. Van Stone first to pick it up. All by himself. Cuts to his right. Goes wide. Centers it. And that caught Martin on the backhand. Wasn't able to get a shot on target. Pass played in deep. Decker Burgess trying to be the first there. Able to sweep it aside. Jonathan Lewis can't clear the zone. Out front, then banked off the wall out to the blue line, but kept in. Shot from an angle hits McNeil in the glove as that flares to the wide boards. Burgess bangs the pass out. Icing waved off. That was tipped. Rose City with a change. Mission changing bodies as well. Burgess. Long pass. Finds the stick of Cunningham. He's able to play it in. Can't get it back. Then it's cleared. And now J.J. Roth will gather. Roth finds Johnson. Johnson ahead for Barron. Barron still battling in the corner. Puck kept in at the line by Roth. Barron sweeps it behind. Now Steele. Steele circles to his forehand. Has a shot that's blockered away. Cunningham takes a hit in the corner as he tries to play the puck. Able to get it to Steele. Steele steps around one. Hit with another. His shot on target, and second chance opportunity there was knocked away. Pat sent it deep in the corner, going for a partial change. Roth able to get to the puck. Roth plays it out to Steele. No, Melissa. Melissa on his forehand. He's got a shot, and that's swallowed up. Just over 11 minutes to go here in the first period. Still scoreless in Gilbert. Mission wins the face-off. Lewis keeps it in at the blue line. Johnson bumped off the puck as he was ready to shoot. Played down the length of the ice. Misses the net, and that'll be an icing whistle. So it's Cordova, Melissa, Luke Johnson, Jonathan Lewis, and Decker Burgess out on the ice. In white sweaters for Mission. Big check in the back. That's going to get a whistle, and that's going to get us a penalty. Our first of the game. We'll see what the call is as they head over towards the benches. Simple roughing minor, the call. The Mission first team with the power play this afternoon. See what they can do with the man advantage down on the far side of the rink. It's Steele in to take the faceoff. Dropped. Pass able to control. Not cleared out. Roth keeps it in with a skate. Second chance he keeps in as well, then it's swept out. Puck left for Lewis. Takes the time to set up the breakout play. Gets it to Steele. Steele to Roth. Roth now drives in beneath the goal line. Gets it to Cordova. Cordova. The high sets up behind the net. Shot through the crease, but couldn't find a target. Lewis keeps it in at the line. Bouncing puck finds a Rose City stick, and they're able to get it out. Roth with the puck. Breaks down to his zone. Banks it around the boards. Melissa first to it. Takes it off the wall. Smothered by two Rose City defenders. Cordova with it now. Cordova still has it behind the net. Can't find help getting the puck out. Still battling for it. Still battling. Cross-ice pass finds Melissa. Lewis, one-timer. Saved. Follow-up chance knocked aside. Then flipped long. Final 20 seconds of the minor penalty for roughing. One shot on target here for Mission. Up top, Lewis. Lewis through traffic, and he finds the back of the net. Jonathan Lewis, low hard shot through skates, able to find the corner of the net, and the power play goal with 3 ticks left on the clock puts Mission up 1-0. We're back underway as the Pats win the faceoff. Burgess goes behind his own net. Pass up the wall, blocked by a few players. Turns looking for Lewis. Lewis gets tangled up with the official. Johnson flips it out, looking for Martin. Rolled off his stick. Big hit by Lewis by Luke Johnson at the blue line. Able to separate the player from the puck. Now scooped out. Finished off by Van Stone. Here comes Johnson. Johnson gets it across the line. Pat's able to clear their zone, but that misses its target, and we're going to get an icing whistle. .744 on the clock here in Gilbert. It's 1-0 Mission. The Jonathan Lewis tally, the lone goal so far. Or what we're waiting for here. Issue with, I only see one referee on the ice. We'll step aside and be back. So it looks like we have an issue with this near side net. The ref had stepped off the ice to get some ties to handle. So we'll wait to drop the puck until that's resolved. It'll be an offensive zone faceoff coming up for Mission when we get back. It looks like we're all set, and we'll be ready to drop the puck here. Offensive zone face-off. We'll get Cordova, Steele, Melissa, Johnson, and Roth on the ice for Mission. Try and build more forward momentum after getting the opening goal. Puck swept to Roth. Shot wide. Puck to the corner. Melissa first to it. Hits the skate. Played out. Steele on the backhand. That's deflected up high. Kept in the zone. Cordova on his forehand. Sends one behind the net. Bouncing puck out front. Cordova gets to it again. That shot saved. Puck still kept in the offensive zone. Rose City gets it to the line. It comes across, and then the arm of the official was behind Ross, so you didn't see the delayed offsides. Mission wins the faceoff. Ace Barron dumps the puck in deep. Burgess keeps it in at the line. He sends a shot in. That's knocked aside by the pads of the the pads netminder. And second opportunity is smothered up as well. Cunningham able to pick the pocket of the Rose City player. Keep the puck in the offensive zone for Mission. Lewis sends one through traffic. That's kicked aside out front. Mission keeping the puck in a dangerous area. Jam chance out front. That went all the way through the crease. Lewis able to intercept the entry pass and send it back out. Bouncing puck hops over the stick of Burgess. Gets it back to Lewis. Lewis will settle it. Slow down play behind his own net. Lewis forward down the right-hand side. Plays the puck in deep. Wrapped around the boards by the Pats. Burgess sends it in behind the net. Picked up by Johnson. Johnson tries to feed Barron out front, but that was knocked away. And Rose City able to escape their defensive zone. Played in deep. Both teams getting some fresh skaters on the ice as Burgess plays it out behind his own net. To Martin. Martin is able to get across the line off the stick of Steele. Now into the offensive zone. Steele chasing. Van Stone picks it up. Van Stone taken down behind the net. Now Melissa on the forecheck. And puck chipped in by Steele. Chased by Van Stone. Steele picks it up. Steele on his backhand hits the pad of the Rose City goalie. Pats able to get it out of their defensive zone, but it's picked up by Cordova. Over to Roth. Roth will send it back in behind the net. Cordova makes a great play, but then lost his skates. Johnson stands a much bigger player up at the blue line. Roth able to get back and get to the puck. Flips it out of the zone. That's going to roll, and that was Coach Farber arguing the icing call there as the Rose City player didn't appear to make an effort to play the puck. This is an argument now. Flipped off the boards. Picked up by Melissa. Melissa. Shot deflected up into the netting and out of play. Jake Johnson. Shot was deflected on target. Second chance just misses the net. Mission really keeping the pressure on here, even though they're up 1 goal. Johnson sends a shot. That's deflected wide. Here comes Rose City. Just over 3 minutes to go in the first period. Luke Johnson across the line. And that centering pass was gloved down. Mission keeps the puck in the offensive end off the faceoff. Rose City now across the line. Alone in the offensive zone. That's gloved by McNeil and held. His first real test so far this afternoon comes with 2:57 left to go in the first period. Steele to take the defensive zone draw. Gets it to Barron. Barron able to clear the zone. Gets the puck back. Sends an effort down on net. Goalie lets it play instead of getting the face off. And Michigan going to keep the forecheck pressure on. Steele. Sharp angle shot. Hits the netminder. Second chance is covered. So it'll be another offensive zone face-off coming up here for Mission. 2:35 left to go in the opening frame. Face-off tangle, but Mission able to gain control. Jake Johnson keeps it in at the line. Sends a shot through traffic. Jam attempt was saved. And the Pats able to break out. Play the puck past Roth, but it'll be picked up by Johnson. Jake Johnson. Gets it out. Van Stone keeps it out of the offensive zone. Takes it in himself. Tries to get past a couple skaters. He goes down, and that is going to be a tripping call coming up here against the Pats with 1:55 to go. Tripping call confirmed, going against number 8 from Rose City. Pats able to win the face-off, and they're able to clear the zone with banking it high up off the boards. Lewis controls behind his own net. He'll set up the play. Roth, a long pass, finds Steele. One touch off the stick of Cordova, and that kind of threw off the rhythm, and now the Pats back on the puck behind their own net. Poked away. Cordova able to gather it back. Gets to his forehand, gets set up. Jonathan Lewis from up top finds Melissa. Steele has a shot and saved. Second chance is still there. Loose puck out front. Melissa has it poked away from Innes. He tries to find Cordova in deep. Now Lewis able to get it back to him, but now it's the Pats on it. Pats clear up. Knocked down by Roth. Roth has a shot. That hits a blocker. Goalie holding firm on his post to keep those angles out. Cordova to Roth. Roth goes cross ice. Melissa couldn't get the one-timer. Sends it back out to Lewis. Lewis. Low. Roth. Shot goes behind the net. Lewis keeps it in at the line. Melissa, Cordova out front for steal. Now Melissa has his shot partially blocked. Cordova again. 14 seconds to go. Cordova delays the shot. Melissa had just drifted out of where that rebound went. 7 seconds to go. Lewis. His shot from the point hits traffic. And with the delay, that's it for period number 1. Here at Gilbert's Mission 1, Rose City 0. Second period underway and penalty time expires. She had the puck in the offensive zone. It gets cleared, but able to slow it up and prevent any kind of odd man rush. Johnson takes it himself across the blue line, forced wide, puts it behind the net for Martin. Martin back to Johnson. Has Van Stone out front, finds him, and it just almost out of his reach. He had to stretch to get it, and then wasn't in position to fire the shot. Lewis finds Van Stone, now picked up by Cordova. Cordova through 2 sticks. Puck across the line. Dump back in. Cordova first to it. Van Stone's forehand shot goes wide. Roth circles with it at the blue line, sends a shot in. Bouncing puck. Picked up by the Pats and cleared. Now sent back down. Pats changing. Mission's going to catch him in a rush here. Van Stone leaves for steal. Steal shot saved. Player lost a stick. And then it's played down the length of the ice, and we will get no icing whistles. That held up right at the goal line. Poke check by Jake Johnson, able to get the puck clear. Steele dodges around the puck, gets it to Melissa. Melissa goes far side. Steele rings it off the crossbar and down, and it's 2-0 Mission. Barr down on the rush to double the lead. And we're at 2:54 to go. Second period here in Gilbert. Fresh skaters on the ice now as Mission changes things up. Pats get past Burgess. Burgess battles back. That shot deflected by McNeil. They're going to get a whistle here. And we'll see. And that was off its moorings by a good 6+ inches. So stoppage and a defensive zone faceoff coming up here. Pats win the faceoff. Get a shot in on target. Puck gets past the blue line. Battle for it. Now it's sent in. Exit pass. Fanned on, then picked up by Johnson. Luke Johnson tries to send one out front. Poked away by Pullman. Pullman has a cross check on Cunningham in front of the net that goes uncalled. Pats able to get the puck into their offensive zone. Lewis picks it up, brings it around the boards, finds the stick of Barron. Barron can't quite get it out. Now Burgess will try. He'll get that well down the length of the ice where it's picked up by a Pats player. Played off the boards, up out of play. And that's deflected. We'll get a neutral zone face-off coming up just outside of the Rose City defensive end. Mission out shooting Rose City 24-4 so far. Just about 3.5 minutes gone by here in the second period. Keeping the pressure on. That's not back underway after a boarding call against Jackson Steele. We'll see him sit the remainder of the second period. Rose City fans on the exit attempt. Martin puts it behind the net. That's played long. That's icing, and we'll get a whistle and an offensive zone faceoff coming up for Mission. Rose City wins the faceoff. Long exit pass. They get it out of their zone, but forced to retreat back in. From the blue line, a shot saved by McNeil, and then it's going to be taken out by Van Stone. Van Stone goes wide. And he's going to hold the puck here against the wall. Scooped out by the Pats. Turned over. Melissa's shot up into the netting. Face-off tied up at the top, pulled away by the Pats. They'll drift behind their own net. It's Ingram with it. Ingram circles back. Luke Johnson able to steal it away from Mission. Johnson sent down in a heap. Puck stolen at center ice by Melissa. His shot blocked up into the air. Player down, slow to get up for the Pats, and we're going to get a whistle with 2 seconds left on the penalty time. Ingram, who's shaken up on the play, but looks to be able to make his way to the bench under his own power. 2 seconds left to go on the 2-minute portion of the penalty against Steele. Puck played down the length of the ice. Icing waved off as McNeil comes out to play it. Looking to spring play ahead. Pat's able to keep it in the offensive zone. Might have been a bad decision. That shot goes behind the net. Now played out. Melissa finds Johnson, who dumps it deep. Cordova skating onto it. He'll be first to it. Puck out front, loose on the side of the net. Kept in. Cordova played up high. Melissa again. Tries to go cross ice, no one home. Burgess send it forward. Melissa backhand pass looking for the back door. Pat's able to scoop it in the zone. Mission still coming off that power play. It'll be covered up by McNeil. And we'll get a whistle, a stoppage, and fresh blades out on the ice. Mission controls the puck off the face-off. Van Stone able to poke that out across the blue line. Rose City now stood up at the logo. Van Stone circles with it. Barron gets a touch, gets it out of the zone. Here comes Van Stone on his forehand. He's shot, saved, and then gloved by the Rose City netminder. Offensive zone faceoff coming up for the white shirts. 7.5 minutes to go. We're halfway through the game. Faceoff tied up by Johnson. Cordova was trying to pull it free, couldn't, and now it's the Pats that'll make their way the other direction. Mission stuck deep in their own defensive end, battling, trying to get the puck out. Melissa leaves it along the boards, but kept in right at the blue line. Johnson finds Ross, sends it long. Melissa has it. Cordova on the rush. Luke Johnson delays his shot, and then it's blocked. Rose City able to clear, and Mission comes away with the puck. Cordova loses it as he tries to dangle around players. Comes Luke Johnson. Poked away from him. Along the boards to the blue line. Not out. Roth. Shot deflected wide right. Cordova finds Melissa. Melissa tangles in the corner. Gets to his forehand. Sends a shot up over the net. Second chance deflected on net. But covered by Zhang, the Rose City goalie, who was well attuned to that deflection right in front of him. The Pats win the faceoff. Whip towards the boards, not clear. Still battling in the near corner. Out to neutral ice. Now they gain entry to the zone, then poked back across the blue line. And the Pats will have to reset. Puck gets past Burgess. Martin retreats defensively, able to help out. Cunningham pins it to the far boards. Puck kept in. We get a whistle, and we're going to get some kind of penalty coming up here. We'll see who it's against. Holding is going to be called against the Rose City Pats in that tangle. So it'll be Mission to the power play here with 5 and 7 left to go in the second period. Roth with the puck. Picked up by Rose City. They'll flip it down the length of the ice. Mission resets. Here comes Lewis. Puck flipped into the corner. This is where Mission is missing Jackson Steele. He's one of the key cogs in their power play. Puck slowed down by McNeil on the far end of the ice. He's still in the box. He'll be there until just past the start of the third period. Lewis. Across the line. Moves to his backhand. Loses the puck momentarily in the corner and able to be cleared back out by Rose City. Melissa first back to it. Roth on the exit, steps around one check. Gets to the face-off circle, has a shot, and that trickles just wide. It hit Zhang up high, and rebound came free, but rolled just to the left side of the post and out. One-timer off the face-off. Goes wide. Cordova with it. 10 seconds remaining on the man advantage for Mission. Cordova turns out front, and that's swallowed up by Zhang. Luke Johnson, the face-off done offensively, played wide, played out. Final seconds ticking off, and Lewis able to get back to that. Retreats in his own zone as the face-off time has expired, or the power play time has expired. Now we're under 3 minutes to play. Cordova gets it past one player, but then they're able to slam the door shut as he enters the offensive zone. Puck sent in on net. Dealt with well by Zhang and kicked aside. Lewis. Cutting out of his defensive zone by himself. He's got some room to work with. Dangles, gets down the middle, taken down, and then covered. Rose City sending a fresh platoon out for this defensive zone face-off late in the second period. Picked up and fired home. Brandon Van Stone notches the third. Set play off the face-off, and Brandon Van Stone grabs the puck as it was dropped in the circle. Saw an open spot far post and nailed it. And with just over 2 minutes left to play here in the second period, it's now 3-0 Mission. Cordova guarding the puck as he goes behind the net. Take it down, falls on top of the puck. Tries to get up, trying to poke it around, gets past Johnson. Burgess will be there at the blue line. That's intercepted and then cleared. Shot hits the skate of Burgess. Doesn't get on target. Rose City able to keep it in momentarily. Now flip down the length of the ice. It's going to go just wide of the post. We'll get icing call here with 1:35 to go. Defensive zone faceoff, won by Mission, played around the boards. Melissa will pick it up along the half wall. He'll flip it high and hits a rafter. Too high. And we'll get a faceoff coming in the neutral zone, looks like. .126 on the clock. Mission wins that neutral zone faceoff. Played ahead, Cordova. Just fans on his attempt. Kept in at the line by Johnson. Luke Johnson, then driven hard into the boards. Puck keeps moving. It's Melissa with it. Melissa leaves for Johnson. Tries to get it for Cordova. Kicked down by Luke Johnson. Bouncing puck in the corner. 3 Rose City players battling for it. Comes free, and the pass of the first to it. Sent back along the boards, though. Cordova's there. Lifts the stick, but still cleared. Icing waved off as Jake Johnson able to get back to the puck. Under a minute to go. Melissa. Long backhand pass. Finds Cordova. Cordova tries to get to his forehand. His shot. There's no way through for that. Luke Johnson. Hit a Rose City player is looking for the tip out front. Back behind the net. Plugged up by Van Stone. Second chance, gets it to the wall. And out to the boards. Kept in. Under 10 seconds to play. Could be a chance for one last shot here for Mission. Pulled off the wall. Jake Johnson. And that hits a player out front. And we end period number 2. Mission ahead by a score of 3-0. Back for the third and final period in just a moment. We get set for the third and final period here in Gilbert this morning. Mission takes a 3-0 lead into the third period. Still waiting for Jackson Steele to get out of the box. He'll do so likely at the first whistle here in the third. 15 minutes on the clock. Mission out shooting Rose City 31-6. And up by 3 on the scoreboard. Face off. Played back deep into the Rose City zone, then flipped long, and icing will be called. Still too early for Steele. Face off in the offensive end, side up. Poked that, pulled that, kept down in the Rose City defensive end. Played hard along the wall, kept in by Burgess. Burgess slaps that wide to the corner. Van Stone first to it. Martin digging for the puck, back to Van Stone. Puck still not clear, loose behind. Martin leaves a hit along the boards that is chipped away. Lewis now has to delay at the line, then sends it in. Bouncing puck off the wall, picked up by Rose City. Puck dropped, cleared. The shot was deflected by the sprawling Jonathan Lewis. Cordova flips it up into the air, allowing for a line change. Lewis gets to it, has to delay at the line. And Cordova backhands it. And that'll allow the rest of the Mission players to swap. Exit pass hits a stanchion, picked up by the Pats. Blockered away by McNeil. Played out front, Cordova. Looks for Melissa, goes skate to stick, skips through one check. To far side, and Ace Barron unable to find the handle on it. That puck is going to get called for a hand pass. That'll end the penalty time for Jackson Steele, and he'll head straight out onto the ice. .13:08 left to play in the game. Mission ahead by 3. Just need to close this out. Add a win to their tally in the standings. They do have Cloverdale, who's gone 2 for 2 so far in the tournament, as their opponent tonight. That'll be a tough matchup for Mission. Looks to be a tough matchup for just about everyone. Steele finds Roth. Roth sends one through that goes just wide of the net. Melissa spins with the puck behind the net. Finds Jake Johnson. Jake Johnson's shot gloved. Offensive zone draw for Mission, but it's won by Rose City. Play to the far post. That shot goes just wide. McNeil sliding over to try and cover. Pats come the other way again. This is the shot in. McNeil gloves it down but couldn't hold on. Had to drop on it. That's a dangerous chance for the Pats. Defensive zone draw is going to come to McNeil's left. It's Burgess, Martin, Steele, Van Stone, and Lewis on the ice. Burgess gets the puck off the faceoff, flips it long. Rose City back to it. Pats able to clear their zone. Lewis sweeps up a loose puck, gets it to the blue line, can't get it out. Loose puck, and it was up in somebody's gear out in front. Steele again to take the face off. He ties it up, kicks back, goes out front. McNeil drop on it, and we'll do it all over again. Steele, Martin, and Van Stone the forward line. It's Jake Johnson and J.J. Roth out as the defensive pair. Roth able to get that free, deflected off the skate of Van Stone and not clear, so Rose City able to keep it in. Roth now on the backhand, able to get it out to neutral ice. Steele picks it up, bursts across the blue line. Tries to drag it to his backhand side, and that was poked away. Battling for it behind the net is Van Stone, who strips it away. Now Martin in with the hit. Still keeping the Pats pinned in deep. They're able to now spring free. Johnson sends it around the corner. Picked up by Roth. Roth looking for an exit pass. He'll play it off the boards to Steele. Steele across the line on his forehand. Through traffic, and then he has a shot that just tamely hits the pads with Zhang. He had a drop stick in front of him, so he wasn't able to generate a whole lot on the shot. Faceoff looks to be won by Mission, but it's the Pats that come away with it. Take it across the line. Burgess had a handful there, got away with a hold. Cordova on the backhand, up down the length of the ice, picked up by Melissa. Goes behind the net, still has it. Johnson to Cordova. And a shot by Lewis's glove. Mission controls the faceoff in the offensive zone. Sent behind the net. Luke Johnson. Cordova spins, finds Lewis. Lewis goes to the center of the ice. Can't find it through legs. Able to poke it now to Burgess. Shot deflected straight up into the air. Loose puck down. Cordova shoots for the far post, and he finds it. And Gabe Cordova makes it 4. Burgess' shot deflected high up into the lights. Bouncing puck when it came down. And he was able to scoop it up and find that blocker side corner. Now with 9:27 to go, Mission put the exclamation mark on the victory here today. It's still time, but they've out shooting the passes dramatically as they have. Puck cleared, but then picked up. Neutral ice by Roth. Roth plays it in deep. Puck bounced out past Jake Johnson. Here comes Rose City on the rush. And we get a whistle as McNeil makes the save on the drive. But the net came dislodged. Face-off poked behind the net by McNeil. Rose City able to come out with it. Out to the point. Through traffic. McNeil's there on the first attempt. Gets the second one as well. Mission still trying to clear Barron. Gets it to the line. Now Johnson able to intercept the shot. He'll carry it out. Take the pass to Cunningham. Takes it himself. Sends the shot in. And a second chance held. Got a second bite at the apple there, but still couldn't get it past the pads of Zhang. Puck loose off the faceoff, goes back to the end wall where it was picked up by the Pats. Got it up along the wards, but not clear. Now in the corner, Johnson's going to pull it out. Sends it to the far side. Pats clear their lines. Burgess able to get to it in the neutral zone, and then we get a whistle. An inadvertent whistle from the ref. A neutral zone face-off. Face-off at center ice, actually, is what's going to happen here. Mission have gotten their lines back to something resembling regular order here. As it's Van Stone, Luke Johnson, and Braden Martin. Right, Van Stone goes behind the net. Martin looks to pick it up in the corner. Burgess steps forward. Has a shot that first chance gloved and then deflected up out of play. As Zhang nabbed the first shot with the glove, but popped out. Ended up out front where it's flipped up over the net. Halfway through period number 3 here in Gilbert, with Mission lead by a score of 4-0. They win the offensive zone faceoff. Shot sent in by Johnson, was deflected off a glove from a pass player and went wide. Rose City will chase it down in the corner. They'll get it free along the benches. And then it's played back in. It's back down by the Pats. Set along the half wall. Johnson again able to keep it in. Steele steps around to check. Finds Melissa. Melissa's shot was saved by Zhang. Johnson to Steele. Hit the leg out front. The stick of Melissa. And couldn't find it back again. Kept in by Steele at the line. Cordova. Rose City able to break free of their defensive zone. Get the puck out to neutral ice. Then it's intercepted. Sent over to Melissa. Melissa across the line. Drop pass to Cordova. Cordova slings the pass out to the middle of the ice. Then Roth has a hit through traffic. That hits legs out front. Puck still loose. And now clear. Backhander from Roth and a full line change coming from Mission. 5 fresh skaters out onto the ice. That shot hit a leg and went wide. Burgess able to pick it up. He'll flip it down the length of the ice. Picked up by Barron, sent the rest of the way. Cunningham. Johnson trying to spin away from attention. Barron sent down to the ice out in front. Burgess' shot deflected, turned into a center fielder's catch out in front of the net. 5:19 left to go. Again, we'll be back here tonight. 8:40 is puck drop for the game against Cloverdale. Burgess pinches along the boards to keep that in. Now sends it back behind the net. Rose City able to clear it down the length of the ice. And we get an icing whistle with 5:03 to go. Lots of hockey going around here in the Valley this weekend as the Cactus Cup 2026 well underway. That presses pause on all of our normal OSHA action as we head next weekend will be senior night for D1, D2, 3, and JV, as well as the play-in games for D1. Mission able to play the puck free of the zone. Collected by Rose City, sent along the boards. Interrupted by Johnson, now picked up by Steele. Steele on his forehand, had 4 players collapsing towards him. Sends him wide, and then his shot went behind the net. That flip just past the glove of Johnson and then ends up having to be played by McNeil. Roth banks it off the boards, gets it past the blue line, so forces the pass to have to delay as they had a player behind the net. Johnson. See the pace just slow down here for Mission, content to just kind of see this one out with a 4-0 lead late in the third period. Shot goes wide. Van Stone pokes for Martin. Kept in at the line. Steele. Shot goes wide, and the rebound comes into the corner where it's picked up and now cleared. And we're going to get a whistle as that was played with a high stick. Nope. Penalty coming here against the Pats for high sticking. So 3:19 to go. Mission back on the power play. Roth, Melissa, Steele, Lewis, and Cordova. Face-off set play, picked up by Melissa, looking for Lewis back post, but he was tangled up with one of the Pats defenders. Roth, Lewis. Finds Melissa to Cordova behind the net. Cordova still with it. Now looking back post in that one. He finds Melissa, and Mark Melissa adds the power play tally. And with just under 3 minutes to go, now it's 5-0 in favor of Mission. Rose City gets the puck into the offensive zone. Sent towards the mid ice on the backhand. Picked off the pads with McNeil. All right, we got a whistle here for tripping. Mission will head back to the power play with 2:19 to go here in period number 3. Power play unit back on the ice for Mission, but the face-off won by Rose City. Nice delay in the offensive zone. The Lewis leaves the hit in on him, and Steele able to take the puck away. Steele turns on the afterburners to gain the offensive line. He'll make a second man miss. Gets the puck to Melissa. Back to Cordova. Melissa. Lewis. Up top. Finds Melissa. Melissa sinks down. Gets it to Cordova. Steele. And Steele shot. Saved. Minute 35 on the clock. A minute 17 on the penalty. It's just an 8-second difference. Melissa tried to draw the set play, but it was poked away from him. Lewis keeps it in at the line. Trying to find a lane. Feeds Melissa down low to Cordova. Back to Melissa. Gets it back again. Lewis. Now to Roth. They'll work the other side. Lewis had it just roll off his stick, kept it in the zone. Roth, one-timer, saved. Pinches down to the corner, gets it to Cordova. Roth. Off the wall to Melissa. Fed back, one-timer looking for Roth on the back post, but he had skates in his way. Melissa at the point. Goes far side off the stick of Roth. And sent down the length of the ice. We're under 30 seconds to go. That's loose, and we get a stoppage with 5.5 to go. Spectators calling for a delay game as the net comes off at a 5-0 score, and that's it for us. Final score, Mission 5, Rose City 0. Here this morning. Again, we'll be back tonight. 8:40 is the puck drop time for Mission taking on the Cloverdale Colts here in Gilbert.